Today, we're diving into one of the most important forecasts that comes out all year, the World Economic Forum's Global Risks Report. We're going to see what the world's top experts are actually predicting for the decade ahead. So just so we're all on the same page, everything we're about to cover is based on the 21st edition of that report. Our focus here is on the big global trends that could shake up major business sectors, including those deeply connected with Russia's economy. But to really get a grip on those specific pressures, we first have to understand the huge structural shifts the report is pointing to, because honestly, they set the stage for everything else. All right, so just imagine this for a second. What if you could get over 1,300 of the sharpest minds from business, government, and academia all in one room, and just ask them, hey, what's coming next? What do you think they'd even say? Well, the World Economic Forum did exactly that. And I gotta tell you, the consensus they reached, it's not exactly a walk in the park. The overall vibe is, well, pretty tense. In fact, if you boil down all their complex analysis, all their collective anxiety, it really comes down to one single stark number: 57%. That's right. The majority of these global experts are bracing for a decade that's going to be defined by turbulence, with a much higher risk of global catastrophes. And on the flip side, the people who think things will be stable and calm, a mere 1%, just one. Okay, so that immediately begs the question, right? What is the main engine behind all this anxiety? What's the number one thing that's got everybody so worried? Well, the report gives it a name. They're calling it the age of competition. And look, this isn't just some small adjustment. The experts see it as a fundamental rewrite of the entire global operating system. And here it is. The single biggest, most severe risk that experts see coming in the next 2 years is something called geo-economic confrontation. Get this risk jumped 8 spots from last year's report. That is a massive leap. So what does that actually mean in plain English? It means countries are using their economic power as a weapon. We're talking about sanctions, tariffs, controlling who invests where, not just for economic reasons anymore, but to push political and strategic goals. And this quote from the report just nails the mood perfectly. The world is kind of breaking up into these competing blocks, and that trust that used to make global cooperation work, it's just evaporating. And wow, this chart right here just shows you how clearly the experts see that breakdown. A whopping 68% of them believe the next decade is going to be defined by a fragmented, multipolar world. And that old, unified, rules-based system we've been used to, a tiny 6% think it's going to hold on. Now, this new age of competition, it's not some abstract political idea. It's sending out these huge shockwaves, and they're crashing right into our economic and technological systems. And this image really shows you the first casualty. Our whole global economy, which is built on stuff moving freely across borders, is now under direct threat. And the absolute front line in this new battle, it's our supply chains. So the key takeaway here is that all this geopolitical tension is directly pouring fuel on the fire of economic instability. Things like downturns, inflation, and bursting asset bubbles, concerns about those things have shot up faster than any other risk in the report. They're all symptoms of this bigger competitive shift. But the shockwaves don't just stop with the economy. Oh no, this confrontation is also turning technological competition into an all-out race. Tech is no longer just a neutral tool for progress. It's become a strategic battleground. Technology has really become this classic double-edged sword. On one side, you've got all this incredible potential for innovation and growth. But on the other side, you've got this massive risk of it being used for strategic rivalry, which just creates a ton of insecurity for everyone. Let's break that down a bit. Things like AI and quantum computing, they offer these huge opportunities in health, climate science, you name it. But in this new era, they also bring these scary risks like splitting the global economy in two, massive cyber insecurity, and even the threat of being able to decrypt basically all of our secure data. And this is a super specific and frankly chilling example from the report. Right now, as we speak, adversaries are stealing encrypted data, your data, corporate data, government secrets, and they're just saving it. They're literally just waiting for the day they switch on a quantum computer powerful enough to crack it all wide open. This isn't science fiction. It's happening now. So after all that doom and gloom, the report does try to look ahead. How do we even begin to navigate this new reality? What does a path forward even look like in a world like this? So let's just pull all these threads together for a second. The report paints a really clear picture. Number 1, the world has shifted from a default mode of cooperation to one of competition. 2, this geopolitical shift is directly causing these shocks in our economy and technology, which, of course, leads to 3. The old ways of trying to keep things stable, they just aren't going to work anymore. So how do we adapt? Well, one idea the report floats is a change in mindset. Instead of these huge global agreements that are almost impossible to get everyone to sign, the new model might be smaller, more nimble, coalitions of the willing. Groups that form to tackle very specific shared problems where their interests happen to line up, even if they're rivals on other issues. And that really leaves us with the final and, I think, most important question to think about. As the old order breaks apart and competition becomes the new normal, what does it actually mean to be resilient? For a country, for a business, or even for us as individuals? Where is that strength really going to come from now?